Welcome back once again, everyone, to Journey the Long Road. If you haven't seen this series yet, for some strange reason, let me go over it again. We have a very, very, very long road here, starting all the way down where we are, heading through a forested area, through a desert, starting to head up a mountain, through another grassy, bumpy, hilly area, and then up through the winter area to get to Mom's house that's up here. So we are going to take a bit of a unique path this time. Well, not path, but a route to get there this time. Again, this will be the third time we've done this attempt, each time with a slightly different vehicle. This time we're taking this truck here with the triple axle setup at the rear. This was the truck we took the first time. It was nice until the rear axle got hit by oncoming traffic and got demolished. The second time we had the dual rear axles, which eventually got taken out as well. And this time we're also going to change a couple other things. We have infinite amounts of nitrous this time, so we'll have a little bit of power boost for us the entire way through this time. We're going to change our driving style so that we're always going to be pretty much on the left side of the street there into oncoming traffic. That way oncoming traffic hopefully can't come through and hit the side of our vehicle. And thirdly, a minor change, we have a 12-speed transmission in this thing instead of the 10 to hopefully give us a little bit more speed off the line, a little more power, a little bit better performance accelerating out of here. So this map that we're on, called Journey the Long Road, was created by Spencer Johnson here. You can find his stuff in the description down below. I have a link to his YouTube channel where he showcases all of his maps, and you can see all the cool stuff he's done. He's got a few maps that are pretty neat, and we are absolutely going to be checking some of them out soon. And I have failed to give credit where credit is due in a lot of situations. But yeah, check out the video description if you're interested in this map or any others of his. And I'm also using a mod this time around for both the infinite nitrous, which I'll link in the description, as well as having the triple axle on this truck. So my concern for this is that it's longer than the other one, obviously. And we'll see if that causes us a big problem or not, because that was kind of the downfall of the last one. However, I think because we're going to use a different tactic, we might have better luck, but we'll just have to wait and see here. So as I mentioned, this is going to be the last attempt we do in the plow truck. We will be doing some other stuff on this map still, but for now, let's get going. We're going to get these A-High to chase us, just to make things slightly more difficult. They're going to come at us at varying degrees of aggression, and you'll see exactly what I mean by that in a second if you haven't seen these videos already. We need to get some speed up so that we can have these closing speeds decent and hopefully not allow the, I was going to say the enemies, the oncoming traffic, that guy's already had an accident, to hit our rear axles. And we just basically want to make sure that all these guys driving towards us are not, make sure they're deflected, make sure they're not going to hit the side of us, because that has absolutely been the downfall we've had previously. Other times I was afraid that the cars in the right lane there, ooh, right through the camera, the cars in the right lane were going to do what that guy just did and take out the right side, or sit behind me and ram me off the road, make me lose control. But after seeing what happened the last couple attempts we did of this, I'm thinking that might not be as big of a concern as I was initially thinking it was. And so this time we're going to absolutely handle any car with any momentum heading towards us, so with any kind of closing speed. We want to try to get them off the road without putting ourselves into trees and stuff. That's good for the truck. Go, 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 go. That van is bouncing off everything. We're trying to get going here. We don't really have the traction. We do not have our diff locks on. It seems to cause problems when we do. But we might have to use it. That guy's hitting our right side, and it looks like we might be our own worst enemy in this. I don't think we took any substantial damage. I'm just trying to look up and see if everything still looks pretty straight. Nothing looks too cockeyed. Although steering is really an annoyance. Now, is that because something's broken? Or I bet you that's just because we have the triple axle thing going on. And that's probably what made me lose control there in the first place around that corner. But maybe not. I didn't have the turning radius that I expected to have. I haven't really driven this vehicle much at all since putting the third axle on it. This is my first experience with it, other than driving it maybe 100 or 200 meters before starting this recording here, just to test things out. And man, yeah, turning is not this thing's strength. Understandably. I mean, what did I really expect? I didn't consider that, but what do you expect when you put so many axles onto this thing? Come on, turn. Now the big problem here is just our ability to get going again. In testing, having the diff lock on all the axles, for some reason this thing would not shift above third gear. So I don't know what's up with that exactly, but we have no choice but to leave the diff lock off for that reason, which is slightly unfortunate. So yeah, we're definitely going to do some other stuff on this map still in the future, including going down this road and various means. But I think that, ooh, that kind of got stuck to the front of the truck a little bit. I think that our time on this map is starting to become limited, at least for now. I think it'd be pretty neat if we could have some sort of multiplayer thing going on with this map, and yes, there is a mod for that now, a pretty good multiplayer mod for this game. It'd be nice to have something official, but, well, you can't have it all, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Every time somebody looks like they're going to miss that ram at the front, it concerns me greatly, and I'm really worried about having too much speed going around on these hills now. These guys, that guy kind of turned into me a little bit, but for the most part, the AI doesn't even look like they're really coming at you too much, even though they're set to chase, just because of the nature of this road. Oh, come on, don't lose control. But if I let them, they'll start. If I start driving in the right lane, a lot of the ones in the left lane, you'd see swerve over to me. And I imagine that's what that guy there in the blue minivan was trying to do. Was trying to move over to me, but I guess he didn't anticipate that I was doing other things. Why can't I go forward? Go forward. Come on, figure out what gear you're in, truck. We're running the automatic transmission. This is the kind of problems you face with the automatic transmission sometimes. And yes, I know the manual transmission would be better for that, but we need to remember you have a stupid driver driving the truck, being me. So I don't know if that's really a better solution after all. Okay, that car beside us, that yellow car, just did some sort of weird spiral. And you can see the damage indicator on the left there. All those green and red lines appearing. What the heck is this red car doing? He wants to go head on with the oncoming traffic instead of trying to hit me. Okay, well, he hit me anyway. But you can see that this vehicle is taking some damage slowly. It is taking a beating. This isn't absolutely nothing to this truck. Eventually, something must fail. Something's gotta fail. If we make it to the end of this map, I'll be absolutely amazed. In a moment here, well, you'll know when we get to the desert that we're nearing a halfway point. Halfway through the desert is halfway through the map, and you can see in the distance how far away that desert is, and you can see some of the roads we still have to travel down. But considering how many green and red lines there are already on that damage indicator on the left, you can see how much of a beating this truck is really taking. And there is collisions going on behind me. I need to watch my speed going down here. Locking up all the wheels. Ooh, that guy rear-ending me. Are we pushing someone? No, we're not. Are we pushing a part of a car up there? I keep seeing something that I think maybe it despawned. I think we were pushing part of a car, but it must have been, yikes, it must have been one of the ones that we left behind us and the game despawned it. So not a problem anymore. This guy is just driving down the yellow line. All right, let's give him a nudge out of here. We're gonna hit these guys with some speed now. Holy! Oh, that guy didn't get launched like I expected him to. He just almost got stuck to the front of the truck in one way or another. At least not many of them hit the cab. I mean, all they really managed to do is just bend up our exhaust pipes at this point, exhaust stacks, and that's not of concern to us whatsoever. Get her slowed down. Don't hit the trees and the rocks. A bit of a driving mistake again. I'm going to try to thread the needle here. Come on. My foot's to the floor. The automatic transmission is kind of doing me dirty here. Come on. We need to put these diff locks on. Maybe that'll help us get out of here. We don't need to go above third gear. It doesn't really matter at this point in time. Yeah, that helped a little bit. Now we'll switch back off the diff locks so we can get ourselves past third gear. So that absolutely helped with getting some momentum there. We just had no traction at all going up there. And then as soon as we did get a little bit of wheel spin, the transmission wanted to shift, and it's a whole thing. We needed to figure something out. Are my wheels locked up? No, we're okay. I think we're just... Oh, I took a hit there. I think we were just having issues with our too many axles issue thing again. Oh, this is not going to help. We're going to put the diff locks back on. Get us up this hill. Get us some momentum. Get us into third gear. And then diff locks back off. Get ourselves some real speed and even more momentum. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue with this truck. It seems to have those kind of issues. You can see our left, on our left side there, the rear two axles have a bit of a wobbly wheel. They did take a bit of a hit there going around that last corner when we were struggling. That's not too big of a problem yet, but what we learned from experience, my pressure tank is leaking. Oh, does that mean our brakes are going to be lost or locked up completely here in a moment? I wish we could see our actual air pressure here. That would be nice to know if that's about to be a bigger issue. But all these small impacts, or rather large impacts in front of this truck, are clearly taking a toll now. My vehicle's actually pulling very slightly to the right. If I steer straight like I am now, the vehicle does pull itself around this bend at a more rapid rate than I need to. I wanted to make sure I clipped the front end of that vehicle that was oncoming there. Some of them are in scary positions. That's the thing. I don't want to have to... Oh, get off of me. Get off of me. I got hit on the left rear again. That was kind of bad for blocking my vision. But yeah, I absolutely... This truck's taking such a beating. It doesn't really seem like it too much because it's deflecting everything so well, and it's hardly... Well, it is affecting me and my momentum, but it doesn't seem like it is that much a lot of the times. But yeah, it's... Look at all the green and red and some of the yellow lines in that damage indicator now. It is absolutely just getting slammed. Shockwaves going through this entire vehicle the entire time. I've got car parts stuck to the front of me as well as an entire vehicle there. This vehicle will get rid of that though. Yep, there we go. It's going to slowly get more and more difficult for me to control. There's a chance that my brakes might do something funny with that pressure tank. I think. I'm not a semi-truck expert, having obviously never driven one in real life or anything like that. We're just here to have fun. We're not here to use our real life knowledge. Don't worry, there'll be someone in the comments that wants to post about that. They can do that. They can give me a speech about how it works. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Actually, I wouldn't mind knowing, to be honest. So I'm sure somebody will let me know. Ooh, I was worried. Sometimes I'm worried when I hit multiple cars in a row that the first one is going to throw my truck at a weird angle and cause me to lose control and allow the second one or third one to hit my truck at a weird angle. This truck is also slightly... The cab looks like it's starting to lean to the left a little bit, doesn't it? Is that from all these impacts, or is that just the way the cab got squished by something landing on top of it? We had two previous attempts in these trucks. The second one was with the dump truck uplift on the rear. And we could see over time, by the time we got to this point, we were missing a wheel or two already, but we could see after a number of impacts, all these impacts, that slowly the cab relative to the dump box they were getting offset. Something was getting twisted and bent there, and it really was rather disconcerting. And now that's what's making me worry about this. Are we destroying this vehicle at a quicker rate than I'm expecting? I can't turn to the right. I think it must be this vehicle I'm pushing. My steering looks like it's okay. It is cranked to the right. Maybe it's cranked too much. I need to get that vehicle away from the front of my truck. I can't steer right at all now. I can't stay on the road. Don't hit the side of me. Right in the fuel tanks too. I'm turning on the diff lock. I am having some issues. Can I back up from this guy? Oh, he's like stuck to the front of my truck. He's like crash welded right into it, isn't it? And now I'm going to get mobbed here by all these vehicles because I'm sitting here doing nothing. I really need to get a move on. I can't afford to have this happen. I'm going to try this. I'm switching to the manual transmission for a minute because the automatic is just absolutely getting us. I think my steering might be broken. I think that my steering is possibly toast. I'm steering hard right now. My right wheel is doing its own thing. That might be the biggest part of our problems. I can turn left, but I can't turn to the right. That is no bueno. That seems like it's going to be it right there. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Manual transmission. Forgot for a second. Forgot forgot how to use it. I'm getting slammed to the side. There goes a fuel tank. Well, I have no steering. I can't get out of here. This guy is just crash welded to the front of my truck. I think that his vehicle is physically inside of my plow, and he's not going to despawn. I can't even remove it like that. There we go. He's probably not going to, yeah. Are these guys going to let me go now? If I get moving on the road... That's not a piece of a car. I thought it was. It's just my own fender. I just didn't realize how red it was because the other one's tucked away so nicely. Can I get back onto the road? Synchronizer damaged. Oh, that's good. If I can get this thing back onto the road... These wheels are locked up by debris. Then maybe I'll have enough steering with one wheel. Maybe? Let's try to find out. Got a piece of debris getting spat out. That's wonderful news. That is absolutely wonderful news. With these locking diffs on, I can't even, with the manual transmission, shift above third. So let's get ourselves completely back on the road here. Don't you get welded to us too. That's no... It's not ideal at all. That does not help our steering. Help us out, pickup. That didn't really help us out. Okay, I'm going to try to turn off the diff locks to see if I can drive. See if I can steer. If I can get a little bit of speed going and hit this guy into something one more time, then I might have a chance. I might have enough steering to get going here. Maybe the steering's been damaged for longer than we think. This truck looks so weird without that fuel tank there. And if we lose the other fuel tank, that's probably going to be really, really bad for us too. I think that goes without saying. So, I mean, we're down to half our fuel now, so we need to keep that fuel tank protected. Absolutely. It is critical. Steering is definitely more difficult than it was. Oh, this truck is so brutal. Can you just imagine something like this in real life? Oh, you could just see, yeah, this, I think my cab is getting detached. You could just see the amount of force going through that cab. Look at how much it's shaking. The whole cab's going. It's not holding on to this truck for much longer. I'm kind of breaking my own rule there and not going into oncoming traffic. And that was not just for entertainment purposes, but as I said, it was because everybody likes to hit the side of the vehicle on oncoming traffic when they get that opportunity. I'm pushing a vehicle in front of me. There's a red vehicle in front of me. I can't turn again. Steering is an issue when you're pushing an entire extra car. I think that one is welded to the front of my plow as well. This cab, one of these hits, this cab is just going to be completely gone on the front of this truck. I think one more solid hit from a van or something, and that'll be about it, if we can even keep going that long. There's a pickup that's a little bit more mass. We're still pushing a vehicle. I think we've gotten rid of the one we were pushing, I believe, right? Yep. And we still have this... Is that two vehicles? No, it's just one vehicle mangled. Still got it going with us. It's almost off. There we go. I'm sure it won't be too long before we have another, given how this is going. But I'm just amazed that we're still able to continue. Like, look at this. I can't believe how much this truck is just falling apart on us now. I mean, we don't technically need the cab because we're not in the cab, because, you know, that's how video games work. But still, when we're driving down the road with just a frame with wheels and an engine on it, it's gonna be quite weird looking, is it not? Ooh, oh, we were losing control there for a second. This cab, holy, it's rocking more and more easy now. It must be hanging on by absolutely nothing. One bolt somewhere is holding this whole cab on now. Considering, ooh. Okay, I'm struggling to stay on the road. I'm struggling really hard. If I don't steer as dramatically to the right, I actually get better traction, and it helps keep me on the road. Oh, that was a big hit. That was a bit of a hit on the right side. That's the least of my worries at the moment. Okay, we're continuing on for a little bit more. I'm concerned about when we get to the end of the desert and we start getting to the uphill section. That's what really caused the biggest problems for us last time around. Well, that and the fact that we were missing a third of all of the wheels on on this thing, on our truck that we had at that point in time. Wow. I'm just amazed by this truck. Both positively and negatively. I don't know what to think. And by just how this game works. I've had it for years and years. Been playing this game for what, like 11 years? 12 years? How old is this game? I've had it pretty much since it was released. And I have several hundred hours in it. But I'm just still blown away by it quite regularly. That is doing some damage. I have a flat tire. That's not a huge deal, I guess, either. I was going to say that's a problem, but no, it's not really. Whoa, that guy just pretty much bounced off my remaining fuel tank. I'm having an issue driving forward. Am I? I didn't even notice that guy in front of me. Alright, we need to hit this guy off. He's hurting my momentum badly. We need to try to just... Come on, hit him. Missed him. That car is launching itself. There's a good head-on collision. It didn't help us, though. We need to get that car off the front of us. No, that's not what we needed. We don't need to push two vehicles. It's times like this where I wonder if our time is very limited. Are we pushing it or are we stuck to it? I'm pushing three vehicles. That's part of the problem. Diff lock's on. No cars behind us at the moment. But I'm sure there will be shortly. Yeah, there's some coming now. At least we've gotten rid of one of the vehicles. It looks like we're not getting rid of the other ones. We might have to be perhaps slightly cheaty again and use the node grabber to pull that off. Would you get out of here, black car? Are you stuck to the other one? This truck is not going to help. Okay, we're node grabbing because we're not getting out of here without... That's not good. I need you to not be underneath of my car. There's some car parts under my car. I'm driving over more debris. I don't like driving over debris. It gets stuck in things. Just like that. Was it a bumper or something? Did. I'm just still amazed that this thing's driving. Oh yeah, our diff lock's on. It's like, why are we not shifting? But I'm just amazed. I'm amazed the cab is still attached. I'm amazed the entire... I get that it's a solid frame, but the entire frame does not just crumple. I'm amazed that our fuel tank, that the one remaining we have, is not gone yet. Really, in reality, that right side is motor vulnerable on the left at the moment. I mean, left side has wheel issues, but I'm more worried about the fuel. Because I can usually manage if I'm missing an axle or a few wheels on an axle, as long as it doesn't completely destroy all that drivetrain. And that's what's happened. That is what happened the first time around in our first truck. Which is why we decided to go with more axles. 2 axles in the rear the second time around, and 3 now. I'm pushing a vehicle again. Why do I keep having all these issues with vehicles getting stuck to the front of this thing this time around? I didn't have that on the other attempts. I wonder if there's something different about having this frame, making that... Maybe that plow was sitting up higher than it was. So cars are getting stuck under it a little bit more. You need to leave me alone. I also have debris stuck under this. That doesn't help. Or maybe this thing's just gotten bent up from all the slamming. This is less than ideal again. I'm worried that piece of debris underneath of this thing. Oh no, my fuel tank! That guy's going for the fuel tank. Okay, excuse me everybody. Excuse me. Would you kindly please get out of my way? Alright, back to the... back to the freaking manual transmission that I don't like. I don't have the power. My engine is off and will not restart. That's problematic. Okay, it's restarted. That's weird. Let me go. Let me go. Alright. I'm about to be slammed into the side now. If he hits my fuel tanks, it's game over. That's not an ideal spot to hit either. Something is locked up. Something is being bound up by something. Like, I simply do not have the power. That's not helpful. I'm being cheaty. I'm using the node grabber. Whatever. We're putting ourselves on more... something is locked up. Something is being jammed by something. I don't know what. If it's a piece of debris stuck anywhere. I don't see it if there is. I mean, there's that. But I don't think that's our issue. I'm going to wreck my vehicle trying to yank this off. I'm going to wreck what little steering I have left or something. Yeah, I don't think that's the issue. I think that something back here is jammed up. Maybe if I turn off the rear diff, I can... or all the diffs I can see. No, there's just something. Something's not right. Are you stuck to my rear wheel? No, you're not stuck to anything. And we already determined you're not stuck to anything, right? Oh, I have gotten out of my vehicle by accident. Hit the wrong button. You are not... you are kind of stuck, but I don't think you're the issue. I had a wheel spinning there for a second. My clutch is overheating too, so that doesn't help. I think I have expended all the power that I have. I think we have to call it. Yeah, I think that our clutch at this point is probably fried. Yeah, there was definitely something locking up the rear wheel spinning. No matter what I did, no matter which transmission mode I used, no matter what I did with the rear diffs, something was preventing the wheels from spinning, and it was just, you know, full power from the engine, but nothing was happening. I don't know. I don't see obviously what's happening, but something must have gotten jammed up. I mean, I'm not exactly surprised. I'm a little bit surprised, but not terribly surprised, given the state of what our vehicle was in. You could see that this cab was gone. But I think for now, unless it becomes a very highly requested thing, I think we're going to be done with trying to get this transport truck with the ram plow on the front of it to the end. I may check out some other mods in the future on this map, and we do need to set a proper time on this map still too, with a fast car to see just how fast we can get to Mother's house. We took a slow car there through traffic, which was a bit of an excursion, and we've done it off-road a couple times now, but we have that to do still. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. It's a shame this third attempt didn't make it as far as the second, but at least we made it farther. Did we make it farther than the first? I think we did. I can't remember. Goodbye. See you later.